We trust our memories more than almost anything. They are the story of who we are, the threads that make up the self. But what if every version of your past is a fiction? Every fight you replay, every love you remember, every childhood moment that shaped you, what if none of them happened quite the way you think they did? Because the truth is, you don't remember your life, you recreate it. Each time you recall a memory, you are not playing back a recording. You are painting a new version of the past, guided by emotion, context, and who you are now. And every time you do that, you change it. We like to believe our past is fixed, a stable film reel stored somewhere in the mind. But the brain doesn't work like that. Memory isn't a recording device, it's a storytelling machine. When you remember, you are performing an act of imagination. You rebuild, reinterpret, and reassemble pieces of experience into something that feels like truth. Psychologists have known this for decades. One of the clearest demonstrations came from a simple experiment. Volunteers watched a short film of a car accident. Later, they were asked to describe what they saw. But half of them heard one question phrased differently. How fast were the cars going when they hit each other? The other half were asked, how fast were they going when they smashed into each other? That single word changed their memories. People who heard smashed not only estimated higher speeds, they also remembered broken glass that wasn't there. Your memory is malleable because the brain doesn't store events as perfect wholes. When something happens, the experience is divided into sensory fragments, sights, sounds, smells, emotions, scattered across different regions of the brain. When you later try to recall it, the hippocampus and surrounding areas try to piece those fragments back together. The brain looks for patterns and fills in missing details so the memory feels complete. But coherence is not accuracy. Each recall reopens the memory and makes it flexible again, a process known as reconsolidation. In that brief window, the memory can change, details fade, new ones are added, emotions shift. Then it's stored again, slightly altered. So you don't just remember the original moment, you remember the last time you remembered it. This is why two siblings can swear the other is wrong about what happened on a family vacation, and both can feel completely certain. They aren't lying. They've each reconstructed the same event differently. Memory doesn't preserve truth, it preserves meaning. Experiments on false memory show how easy it is to blur that line. In the so-called word list tests, people hear a series of related words like bed, rest, awake, tired, dream, and later recall hearing sleep, even though it was never said. The mind naturally fills gaps with what fits the pattern. In the brain, related experiences share overlapping circuits. If two events occur close in time or evoke similar feelings, the neurons involved can literally link. Later, recalling one may activate the other, blending them together. Far from being a flaw, this flexibility is part of what makes us human. Memory's purpose isn't just to record the past, it's to help us imagine the future. The same neural machinery used to recall yesterday is used to simulate tomorrow. By recombining fragments of past experience, we can predict outcomes, plan, and create. The price of that creativity is imperfection. Memory also helps us heal. The fact that it changes allows us to soften pain. Over time, the sting of humiliation or heartbreak dulls not because we forget, but because the emotional tone of the memory shifts. When a painful memory is recalled, it becomes unstable, and if it's then reframed or understood differently, it can be saved back in a less painful form. Therapists use this process deliberately when treating trauma. Changing how someone remembers an event can change its power over them. Of course, the same mechanism can mislead. People can be convinced of things that never happened. Entire groups can rewrite history. Nations curate their collective memories through monuments, textbooks, and myths. We remember victories, forget injustices, and edit the past to fit the story we prefer to tell. On a societal scale, memory becomes propaganda or legend, not a record of events, but a reflection of identity. It's unsettling to think that memory and truth can diverge so easily. Yet this rewriting is how we maintain coherence in a chaotic world. Without it, our sense of self would fracture under the weight of contradiction. The brain's job is not to keep perfect minutes of the past. It's to maintain a consistent narrative. And that brings us to something deeper: the relationship between memory and the self. Neuroscientists like Antonio Damasio describe the self as the story the brain tells itself about the body. That story is built from memory. If memories change, the story changes, and so does the self. You are not a single unbroken person, stretched across time. You are a succession of versions, each editing the last, each built on imperfect recollections. The you who remembers is never the same as the you who lived. You have learned, grown, and reinterpreted what those moments mean. The continuity you feel is the thread of narrative, a story constantly rewritten to make you whole. So maybe it isn't a tragedy that your memories lie. Maybe it's a quiet gift. Your mind is not a museum holding static exhibits of your past. It's a living artist's studio, full of unfinished canvases. Every time you revisit the past, you paint over it. Not to deceive yourself, but to survive. The past isn't fixed, and that means neither are you.